Okay, fellas, look, we've lost the starting pitcher to injury. Form is starting to slide. Like, do I need to be concerned here, guys? You know, I've gone very, very big that we're going to win something this year, and we've got to win at least the division. There's no excuses for that. Vlad, that's an excuse, mate.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. It is Season 8, Episode 4 today, and we are facing the Blue Jays. It is after the All-Star break, and there are signs that this season is starting to fall away from us. Now, there's no need to panic. We're still top of the division, but we've played 500 since last episode, and Perez is out for 3 months. It's more or less season ending. He might come back right at the end for playoffs, perhaps, but I mean, at that point, we're going to have to see how desperate are we to get him straight back into the lineup. Now, let's have a quick look at how the schedule looks. And we did, of course, leave off with this disappointing loss, to say the least, against Boston. And then it's really been really, really strange. We seem to either be series are being swept. CRI are being swept, whether we're losing or winning all three of them. That's the big thing. So the Diamondbacks, we won 3 of 4 against them. Very nice. We went to Houston, won all 3 against them. Now, this 10-2 win here, this featured 3 home runs from De La Cruz, which is very, very nice indeed. If we have a look at everybody's hitting, we can see there lots and lots and lots of hits. And, I mean, that has more or less been the way things have gone. What has been letting us down, very much so, is the pitching. ERAs are soaring, and not always ERAs, to be honest. Sometimes it's just down to just errors that are costing us. So that was all looking good. Then we went and got swept against San Francisco. Got swept at home against Cincinnati, so that's obviously not great. We then swept Tampa Bay. We then went to Cincinnati. We lost 2 really close ones and then belted them somehow in the middle, so because baseball, I suppose. So yeah, Cincinnati, let's hope we don't have to face them too often. Milwaukee beat us 2 of 2. If we go over the page here to July, we then swept the Mets. Now, this 16-1, what a score that is. If we have a look here, it featured a grand slam from Namala in the 6th. But there was just runs galore, runs for fun in this one. If we have a look at everybody's hitting numbers, well, again, you can see there, lots of hits, lots of RBIs. And yeah, we had some of the pity hitting in the middle there with just pinch hitters for the sake of it. And the pitching, well, there we go there. Very, very solid. And it's not often we've been able to say that. But Christian Scott, absolute star that he is. And then things took a turn again. We got swept at home. No, we didn't. Sorry, we lost 2, and then we won the 3rd of this game of this series against Cleveland at home. We went to Pittsburgh, who are 2nd in the division. We split that with them, so that was important to do that, I think. And then right before the All-Star break, we went to New York and only won 1 of 3 against the Yankees. So, not great. If we do have a closer look at the standings here, now, as I said, we were 500 since last episode, so it's not a complete and utter disaster, but certainly when Perez went down injured, the pitching kind of fell apart, which doesn't make much sense because he's only a starting pitcher only, but it's not like the whole bullpen should fall to pieces because he's not there, so that was disappointing. We are the 2nd best team in baseball now behind the Red Sox, so like I say, I think if it was just anybody else, you'd say it's absolutely fine. But because it's me and we know that seasons fall to pieces for me, yeah, that's not great. You look at Cincinnati's record there. How on earth have they beaten us 5 of 6? Anyway, let's have a look at some of the leaders. Ellie De La Cruz continues. Look at some of these numbers for All-Star breaks. Up there with the best that we have ever had at any of my teams, I would suggest. He is going to win MVP almost certainly. Injury permitting, I suppose. And the pitchers, now Montano is there on saves. I can tell you his ERA is absolutely shocking. He has blown a couple of saves because of errors as well, but that obviously hasn't affected his ERA. He is having a very, very strange season, this old Montano. If we go and look at pitching numbers in a little bit more detail here, we can see there's some slumps. There's a couple of guys there. They're in some form as well. And the change that we made coming in for Perez was Oliver Roque. Now, that is not Arturo Roque. He is still in the bullpen. I don't know if they're related in any way. So he's had a couple of starts. He's done okay. It's very much an experimental thing for him. If I remember, we'll have a look at him momentarily. But I don't know we should be paying too much attention to him because I don't know how long he's going to be a starter for. And if we were to get to the postseason, I would suspect he would be the one to drop out. And if there was somebody coming in, it would be somebody like DJ that would come in and be a starting pitcher anyway. So we don't need to worry about him too much. But yeah, Montano just having a really, really strange season. But yeah, hopefully we know what he can do, which is what the frustrating thing, isn't it? And the hitting, now the one change we've made is Kevin Maid has come in for Namala, who's got a bit of a minor injury. It was only a 2 or 3 weeker, but it's sort of its unknown return date right now. So for the foreseeable future, Kevin Maid is in as that defensive shortstop for us. But hopefully Namala will be back sooner rather than later. Everybody is doing well. There's no one, I don't think, that I would say he's not doing particularly well. The one person who has kind of fallen out of favor a little bit is Bregman. Now, where he is very good is against a left-handed pitcher, so he's in the lineup just more or less for that particular role right now. He's on big money as well, so we have to kind of put up with him for the time being. Hopefully, he's a player option into this year. Hopefully, if we don't play him enough, he'll opt to leave. But I suspect on the money he's on, he will not be doing that. Now, we had, of course, had the first-year player draft as well, so let's have a look here. Our first round pick was a starting pitcher, Alfredo Morales. I haven't typically been drafting pitchers because I just feel like they don't always develop, but we need starting pitchers coming through, so I went and got this guy in our first round pick. Absolutely dominating high school baseball he is, so let's hope he can take that step up. Second round, we went and got a bit of an all-round midfielder in Tommy Mercer. Again, fairly decent player here, and he's already 21, so ideally I'd like him to be a little bit better in terms of overall potential, but overall ability, I should say. But I've got to understand that baseball's different to sort of other sports that I follow, where at 21, if you're not a first-team player, you're not going to be you're probably not going to make it. But anyway, baseball, American sport in general, is a bit different, isn't it? Now, we missed a couple of rounds, which did kind of hurt us a little bit. I think that was supplemental draft because we signed players or whatnot. So fifth round was our next pick, and that was Greg Strand. We went and got another starting pitcher. And yeah, missing those 2 rounds might hurt us coming, in future seasons. But anyway, another guy that's done really well at high school, so we're needing to now take that form into the professional game. Sixth round, we went and got Chris Wells. He is very much he's one of these guys actually that could be a pitcher, but he's not really. We've just signed a fairly well-rounded defensive outfielder who might turn out as a bit of a hitter. So yeah, that was Chris Wells. Seventh round, we went and got Josh Stroud. Now he defensively is a bit of a mess, but there's a decent bat there, so hopefully he either improves defensively a little bit or, I don't know, learns the pitch. I don't know, but the hitting might work out for us. Now, there's not too much else in terms of guys that I'm expecting to be, really, big players for us in the future. Obviously, players develop differently, but the one guy I did want to show you is the guy that I very much drafted purely based on the name Alpha Fate. What a great name that is. Let's hope he becomes a superstar. Now, we have, of course, had the All-Star game as well. So this was the American League team that was picked. Just having a quick look down, Carlos Vargas, formerly one of ours, of course, not someone we wanted to lose either. That was just a money one, wasn't it? So he went and made the All-Star team, but there's not too much else in terms of players that have left our Cubs side. If you go and have a look at the National League team, perhaps surprisingly, there was only 3. Now, none of our pitchers got the call, but we did get Vlad getting called up. We also had Ellie De La Cruz, who was the top vote getter as well in MVP voting. It's the first time we've ever had that on the channel, I think. I don't think that's ever happened before. And the other one was Bobby Patterson, his first call up to the All-Star game, which means for the first time in his career, William McQuaid did not go to the All-Star game. And the All-Star game itself, it was a resounding victory for the National League. 8 runs in the 8th was enough to seal it, as you would hope. In terms of our guys, we have, where did we see this here? I did look and now I've forgotten where they all were. De La Cruz got the start. Unfortunately for him, Snake Arenado came in and did much better than he did. Vlad came in, pinch hit, and hit a home run, so that's very nice. And Bobby Patterson, off the bench, came into play, bit of centre field, bit of right field, went 1 for 4. So very, very nicely done for him. And if you're looking at how the pitchers got on the day, there they are there. So, yeah, again, there was none of our guys. So, yeah, we had limited interest on that side of the game. But anyway, that is that. Let's go and check these teams for the game against the Blue Jays. If you see a wheel, grab it, Chicago, because they are falling off this team. At first base, it's Vlad Jr. At second base, it's Cooper Pratt. At third base, it's Ellie De La Cruz. At shortstop, it's Kevin May. In left field, it's All-Star Bobby Patterson. In center field, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. In right field, it's Ernesto De Leon. Your designated hitter is William McQuaid. Behind the plate, it's Moises Ballesteros. And tonight's starting pitcher is Sandy Gaston. Alright, so we can see the lineups here. Matchups don't look too bad, although we don't win the pitching matchups, which is a little bit concerning. But Petey Crowe leads us off in centre field. De Leon bats second in right. Then we've got Dela Cruz at third, McQuaid at designated hitter, and Vlad at first base. Bobby Patterson is in left field. Then Cooper Pratt, Ballesteros, and Maid make up the rest of the order. Gaston on the mound for us. He was someone that I threw into the starting rotation to see how he got on. He's done really, really well. So he's got a 1-4 record, ERA of 3.52, whip of 128. Up against Casey Mizer. Of course, we did have him briefly at the Tigers. He has an 8.5 record, ERA of 3.05, and a whip of 111. So he's doing quite well for himself. Jefferson Cuero, 99% sure he played in the Braves side that knocked us out last season. Louis Robert is a name that sounds familiar. But yeah, Vlad, of course, going up against his former team here is probably the big story, isn't it? Although, truth be told, Vlad hasn't been a J for quite a while now, so maybe it's not quite the story that it feels like it could be. So we are obviously at home. We will be pitching first. Gaston will be up against their leadoff man, whose name I did not catch. And it's a full count. And we start with a ball into right field for a single. So, not ideal, to say the least. Leo Jimenez comes in now, batting 265 for them. First pitch swing. There goes the runner. Can Ballesteros get him? No. So, runner at second now with no one out. A 2-2 pitch. And that is up the middle, and that might open the scoring. Petey Crowe can do nothing to prevent the run. And it's going well. 1-0 down, no one out, runner at first. Klein comes in, batting 293 this season. He walks. It's going to be one of those days, is it? In comes Josh Heath. First pitch, ground ball. Could be a double play. We get the man at second, but that is it. So one away. Runners at the corners. Duran to the plate. He's batting 283. It's a 1-0 pitch. And that should be caught by Petey Crowe. Now, can he stop the run coming across? He gets it in nice and quick, but not quick enough. So it is 2-0. In the top of the first. 2 out, runner at first for Barja, who is batting 253, a full count. And Gaston gets him looking. And that'll do it for the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Petey Crowe leading us off, batting 248 this year. First pitch swing. And let's see what he can do to Mizer. As he gets that into right field. Deja vu, that's how they started their inning, isn't it? And he will be at first. Now, he's stolen base run has come to an end. It ended at 23 as De Leon comes in now. It's a first pitch swing. De Leon into right field. Oh, I tell you what, they're very confident running on that, but it's found the gap out there. It's going to be a triple, and we have Petey Crowe coming around to score. It's 2-1, no one out, runner at third. And, well, we could tie the game here with Dela Cruz, who's batting 305. It's a first pitch swing. And Dela Cruz into right field, and he does tie the game. He's going to have himself a double. We've almost hit for the cycle in the first inning. And, well, in comes William McQuaid now. Could we have a lead from this first inning, which I wasn't expecting. McQuaid batting 282 this year. An 0-2 pitch, he strikes out. So one away for Vlad to come in, batting 261. Another 0-2 pitch. Mizer seems to have got himself warmed up. It brings in Patterson, who has a 12-game on-base streak running. He's batting 304 this year. It's a full count. And Patterson to the third baseman should be out at first. He is. But after the first inning, we are tied at 2. Gaston to face Robert, who is batting 302. He's in a hot streak as well. It's a 2-0 pitch. And that is into center field. Center field union. Petey Crowe will make the play. And that'll be one down. In comes Cuero now, batting 274. A 1-2 pitch on him. And a strikeout for 2 down. In now will come Perez, batting 171. It is a 1-1 pitch. It's a ground ball. It's made. Oh, it's not. No plays made. Pratt makes the stop. But it's going to be an infield hit. And it is Tim Anderson who's 1-for-1 coming back up. A 1-1. A ground ball. Not even a ground ball. A dribbler back to Gaston. And He gets the play to end the top of the second. So Pratt will now lead us off, batting .313. Definitely the surprise packet of the season. A 2-2 pitch. And he rips it through the left side of the infield for a leadoff single. Well done, Coops. And it's Ballesteros now batting .271. It's a full count. Ballesteros swings through strike 3, 1 away. In comes Kevin Maid batting .286. Now he did get his 500th career hit since we called him up, as one gets away from the catcher there, so Pratt will go to second. And yeah, so let's see what Maid can do. But yeah, 500 career hits, not bad for someone who can't bat, I've got to say. He'll be thrown out at first there though, so that's going to be 2 down. And can Petey Crow drive in the runner from second? Crow is 1 for 1 today. It's a 3-1 pitch. He walks. So 2 on, 2 out for De Leon, who's 1 for 1. Hit, of course, the triple last time up. An 0-2 pitch, and De Leon will be caught in right field, and that will end the second. So we're still tied at 2. And Jimenez will lead them off. He is 1 for 1 today. It's an 0-1 pitch. And that is popped up into right field. De Leon is camped underneath it, and that is 1 away. In comes Klein. He is 0 for 0. He walked. Oh no, he sacked fly, didn't he, last time up? And he takes a 1-1 pitch into Petey Crow's glove as, yeah, Mr. Gold Glove's not dropping anything out there. So 2 down for Heath, who is 0 for 1. It's an 0-1 pitch. And that is into the gap in right centre field. It will be at least a double. Can Petey Crow keep it to that? He can. So a 2-out double for Heath. And in will come the next man. It is Duran. He is 0 for 0, so he must have hit the sack fly. So the other guy must have walked it. Anyway, 2-2 pitch. That's a ground ball. Maid has it over to first. Ends the inning. And they stay with just the 2 runs on the board. Can we go ahead of that now? Dela Cruz to lead us off 1 for 1 today. It's a full count. Oh, that was inside and possibly high, was it not? No, it says it was a strike. All right, McQuaid, he's 0 for 1. A 1-2 pitch. McQuaid grounds it to the second baseman, so that'll be 2 down. And it'll bring up Vlad, who's 0 for 1. A full count on Vlad. He draws a walk. So 1 on, 2 out for Patterson now. Patterson is 0 for 1. An 0-2 pitch. Patterson into left field. He will be caught out there. And that'll end the third. We are tied at 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. And Baja will lead them off 0 for 1. Excuse me, today. Full count. And a very nice pitch. If it did indeed. Oh, it was. No, it did catch it. 8th pitch. Just, maybe just outside. In comes Robert now, who's 0 for 1. Another full count. Another strikeout. That was a good one as well. So 2 down for Cuero, who's 0 for 1. It's a 2-0 pitch. And that is a dribbler in front of the plate and is out at first. Safe. Infield hit. So 2 out, 1 on for Perez. First pitch, ground ball to third base. Ellie Dela Cruz even has it. And that'll end the 4th. Alright, Cooper Pratt to lead us off 1 for 1 today. It is a full count. And he draws a walk. So that's useful for the leadoff man. Ballesteros now, who's 0 for 1. A 1-1 pitch. Oh, it's double play. Run. Well, that's not very good, is it, Moises? So to bring in Kevin Maid now. None on, 2 out. Maid is 0 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Maid gets it up the middle. So he has himself a 2-out single. Alright, can Petey Crow drive it in? He's 1 for 1 with a walk, I believe. A 1-2 pitch. Petey Crow grounds it to the first baseman. And that will end the 4th. So we are still tied at 2. And Gaston will continue to Anderson, who is 1 for 2. It's a full count. And it's a ground ball. Dela Cruz has it. And that's out at first. 1 away. In comes Jimenez to face the new man, Eldridge. So he won't be batting today. It's an 0-2 pitch. And he starts with hitting the man on the 0-2 pitch. Eldridge, I mean, he's doing well with the bat, but he's also got a 2.61 ERA. I mean, I said he's an Otani light. He's not even that light, I don't think. I think he's just a bit of an Otani. So it's caught at second base. So 2-out runner at first for Heath now, who is 1 for 2, sorry. An 0-1 pitch. A ground ball back to Eldridge. Over to first mate. Oh, not in time. And it is a bitch hit for 2 on, 2 out. And Duran to the plate, who is 0 for 1. A 2-1 pitch. Duran grounds it to De La Cruz, takes his base, ends the inning, and we'll go and have a bat. And it'll be De Leon to lead us off, 1 for 2 tonight. A 1-2 pitch. And De Leon strikes out for 1 away. In will come De La Cruz now. He is 1 for 2. A 1-0 pitch. And De La Cruz into left field where he will be caught. So 2 down. In will come McQuaid, who is 0 for 2. An 0-1 pitch on William. He has popped that up into right field to end the 5th. So after a hectic first inning, things have very much settled down, haven't they? Eldridge will continue to Baja, who is 0 for 2. First pitch swing. And that's a ground ball. De La Cruz has it over to first, 1 away. In comes Robert, who's 0 for 2. First pitch swing again. And that is into center field. Petey Crow can only field it on the bounce, and it's a 1-out single. In comes Cuero now, 1 for 2 tonight. A 2-2 pitch. There's a double play ball if you ever saw one. And it is. So that ends the 6th. And we will go and have a bat in the bottom of the inning with Vlad to lead us off against Irv Carter, the new man on the mound. He has an ERA of 5.64 this season. It's an 0-1 pitch. And Vlad gets him down into left field for a leadoff single. Alright, can we get this go-ahead run in the 6th? It's Bobby Patterson now, who is 0 for 2. A 1-2. Patterson gets it against an outfield shift right down into the right field corner. And it will surely score Vlad from first. No, he stops. So runners at second and third with none out. As Patterson delivers a very, very big hit and continues that on-base streak alive, keeps that alive as well. So it's Cooper Pratt who's 1 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. He strikes out. 1 down. In comes Ballesteros now, who's 0 for 2. They walk him to get to Kevin May. They don't respect you, Kev. And we're pinch hitting him. We don't respect him either. And in comes Bregman, batting .229. It's a 3-0. They're going to walk in a run. Yes, they are. So Bregman delivers the RBI walk. Vlad comes across the plate. It's still loaded bases. It's still 1 out. And it's Petey Crow who's 1 for 2. Petey Crow strikes out. Come on, boys. We need more from this. It is De Leon. No, it's not. It is De Leon. He's 1 for 3. It's a full count. Can we get a second run? De Leon grounds it to the first baseman. And we only score 1. So we have a 1-run lead going into the 7th. And Eldridge will face Perez, who is 1 for 2. A 2-2 pitch. A ground ball to Vlad over to first, 1 away. Now, who's playing shortstop here? Pratt's gone to shortstop. Ramirez has gone to second base. So we have lost a little bit defensively for that. And all Bregman really had to do was stand there and not swing, which Kevin May probably could have managed to do as well. Which is frustrating in hindsight, isn't it? But there we go. 2 out, no one on for Jimenez, who is 1 for 2. Full count. And there's a ground ball to Pratt, who forgets to throw the ball. And that's a 2-out single. In comes Klein now, who is 0 for 2. A 1-2 pitch. And a strikeout from Eldridge. We will stretch. We are 3-2 up going into the bottom of the 7th. Okay, welcome back. De La Cruz to lead us off against another new man on the mound, Pardinho, who sounds more like a Brazilian footballer than a Jays pitcher. But anyway, let's see what he can do. A 1-2 pitch. And a very good one as he strikes out De La Cruz. So that's 1 down. In comes McQuaid, who's 0 for 3. An 0-2 pitch. He's not bad, is he? Very good pitcher. And in comes Vlad now, 1 for 2. Another 0-2 pitch. How on earth is his ERA as high as it is? That is ridiculous. What an inning that was from him. Alright, top of the 8th. Eldridge to continue to Heath, who is 2 for 3 tonight. It's a 3-0. And we deliver the 4-pitch walk. Eldridge, yeah, maybe just coming to the end of his reign there. So it is Kelly coming onto the mound now. He has a 2.79 ERA for us this season. And that could be a double play. There's one. Ramirez can turn it. And that cleans the bases for us with one runner at... no one on, 2 out. That's what I'm trying to say. Over 3 is Baja. He's going to face Kelly now. A 2-0 pitch. And that is a ground ball over to first. Ends the 8th. Let's go and have a bat for hopefully the final time. It is Patterson to lead us off. He is 1 for 3. It is a 2-2 pitch. And another strikeout. Has he struck out all 4? He has. I mean, this is brilliant. How has his ERA been as high as it is? Cooper Pratt comes in now. Is he going to strike him out as well? No, he loses him. So a 1-out walk. In comes Ballesteros now, who's 0 for 2. A 1-1 pitch. Ballesteros, oh, he liked what he saw, didn't he? But he just popped it up. And that'll be 2 away. And it'll bring in Ramirez now, who's batting 248 this season. A 1-0 pitch. Ramirez, is that going to drop in for us? It is not. And we'll go to the top of the 9th. Now, is Montano going to close? He is. He has been very hit and miss. ERA of 6.38. But he did have a save percentage of just under 85%. So he's not blowing... He's blown 4 games, basically, from, I think, you saved 21 of 25 as he starts with a strikeout. So he's not been horrible, but I think what his problem is that when he blows it properly as he strikes out another one. So they're down to their final out. It is Venetos coming into pinch hit, batting 191 this season. It's a 2-1 pitch. It's a ground ball back to the pitcher, and that is that. We have beaten the Jays, and the post-All-Star season starts off very nicely indeed. So it extends the lead atop the division to 6.5 games over the Pirates, and like I said, it should be fine. I mean, if the worst part of our season is playing 500, I mean, that's not terrible, is it? So let's hope that we sort of get ourselves back on a little bit of form now and just chug along to the end of the season. We'll come back sort of mid-August sometime. Let's come back maybe Washington or Chicago. Let's come back for the Battle of Chicago. We haven't had one of those for a while, so we'll do that. That's when we'll come back, and I will see you for that. And hopefully by the time we do come back, we'll be that far away from clinching the postseason. Take care.